Hey everybody, can you see me? Buddy, turn it down. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. If you're here, hello. Hold on, give me 1 second. I want to just set it. I meant to go live earlier, but I guess it was time to sleep in. So I just thought we'd do a chit chat real quick. Let's see. I don't see any comments yet. Make sure you're giving me emojis. Let's see. Oh, there's Linda King. Good morning. How are you? Okay. I think that's good. Good morning, Angela. I know my phone, it's been wanting me to do lives this way. As long as I'm not crooked on you, then I guess that'll work. Got my coffee, just a small cup this morning. I mean, this is my leftover from yesterday. I'm brewing another pot, so. Oh, Linda King, hello. I'm doing good. Evelyn, good morning. Sarah, Les, good morning, everybody. I'm going to try and start doing a morning live every Wednesday. So I think that'll be fun. Try and get my morning crew in here talking. Good morning, Pink. Good morning, Holly. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah, happy Wednesday. I hope everybody is doing good. I did a volunteer shift at the food bank yesterday. They needed more volunteers. They sent out an email saying they're looking for volunteers. So I went. And I like going on Tuesdays because they seem to have the big bulk items. Like that's when I got the thing of cream cheese last time was going. So I think they get those from like the Costco, the deli, because they also get cases of lettuce that are pre-cut and pre-bagged in 4-pound or 2-pound bags. And I saw them donate like a bunch of those from Costco as well. So I'm thinking like, I think it's restaurants donating, but I think it's just Costco who from their deli, they're donating their items that are going out. So like that one time I got that container of lemon wedges pre-wedged. And I'm thinking of like what they have at the deli. They have the shrimp cocktail that has a lemon wedge on it. So, and Costco got enough money to buy pre-wedged lemons. They're like, we ain't paying someone to wedge them. Back in my day, I had to wedge my own lemon, you know. But so I think that's where it's getting from. And but they didn't have any. The only big thing they had this week from Costco that was like that, they had bags of lettuce, romaine lettuce, that they probably put their like salad kits together. Hold on, my cat wants out. Go on. In or out, in or out. So maybe Tuesdays, come here. Maybe Tuesdays would be a good day to go to get the bulk items. Like the cream cheese is probably from the bakery because they make their own cream cheese icing, I'm sure. I know, it's exciting. I just love food. Yeah, less food. Oh, good morning, Karen from Canada. Awesome. What time is it there? Oh, Pink's already got her second cup. That's my kind of girl right there. Sometimes I drink a whole pot before husband gets up. Yeah, spilling the tea. Or as long as I'm not spilling the coffee, right? Oh, you have to go to work soon. Good work at the food pantry. Oh, thank you, Les. It's fun. I get to talk to different people. The kids really like the Empower place, so they get to hang out there with some of their favorite people and then do different activities with them. And now that school's back in session, there's less kids at the Empower place. So on one hand, it's kind of boring because there's not other kids there. But on the other hand, it's nice because they can do whatever they want with any of the toys, you know. So it's fun. It's nice getting out and about. Hey, homebound mama, how you doing? Oh, today is laundry day. Please save me the amount of laundry a 4-year-old and a 65-year-old create. It's just hilarious. Yeah. Yep, it really is. We have melt laundries back. We try and get it organized and stuff. And then if you let it slip, even for like one day, then the mountain is back, you know. See, and with my husband, he helps by doing all the laundry and then putting it in a giant pile. And that's where he ends, which is helpful because it's clean. Oh, it's 8 there. Okay. Which helpful because it's clean, but um it's still in a giant pile that I gotta deal with. This random hair, probably Yoda hair, honestly. Oh, you're from Canada too? That explains why you're so nice, Sarah. That's what it is. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Treatment day again tomorrow. Oh, I don't know. Treatment days, good days or bad days? Because I know a couple of people who get infusions, and those are really bad days, and a couple of days after that are really bad. So, like, you would think it would make you feel better, but no, it doesn't. So sometimes that's um so sometimes that's like it's good because overall it's making you feel better, but it doesn't at the time, you know. Oh, hey Jennifer. Hey lady. Hey, how you doing? We're doing good. They're yucky. Okay, home then. I'm doing pretty good. I'm not going anywhere today. I'm staying home. So that's nice because then I can get some stuff done around here. I have a couple of videos planned that I need to do. Did you guys like that chef store one? I was going to go to the Dollar Tree. That was what that video was going to be. It was my first time in a Dollar Tree in like 15 years. Honestly, probably 20 years. It's been a long time since I've been to a Dollar Tree, and I think in high school. But I just know anything that my mom gets from the Dollar Tree and gives to the kids is just like junk. Or they give me storage containers to use, and I'm like, they're just flimsy plastic. And I'm like, this ain't going to hold my stuff, you know? So that's just kind of my, I guess, stigma of the Dollar Tree that I'm trying to break within myself by giving them a try. Because you guys see you can get lots of good paints and paintbrushes there. And Betty Jan wants to paint some pumpkins. She had to color them with markers the other day. Oh, yesterday we got a big pumpkin from the food bank because it had like a slash in it. And it was the flesh was showing, so they didn't want to put it out. And I'm like, ooh, I got a couple of chickens who would like this. But then Betty Jan ended up coloring. Oh no, I think they colored on their pumpkins, not that pumpkin. I don't know. Anyway, but I do want to try the pumpkin chickens carving the pumpkin face trick that they do, where you just kind of poke holes where you want the chickens to peck, and then they'll only peck in that area, and then they'll make the face. So that's kind of cool. I figure we give it a try. Why not? They would like it. Uh, Sarah says, even that would be helpful. My little helper must put her own clothes away, and then I have to go back and redo it when she's not watching. That's so great. That's great that you do that, though. And you're going to be doing that for a while. Have the kids do the dishes. You know you're going to have to do the dishes again later. But it's the point that they're getting used to doing it, and then you show them, and especially when they're little, it doesn't have to be perfect. They just, okay, yeah, that's a good job. And then as they get older, be like, hey, you missed a spot. There's a crumb stuck on this plate, you know, and that's when you go into a little more detail and be a little more specific about the chores, you know, if you're that way. Like, I don't care about the kids' drawers. So I was like, just put your pants away. I don't care how it looks like. No, the boys obviously will just throw them in there, be like, they're in there. Or Betty Jan folds them and puts them in all nice. And she's like, Mama, come look at my drawer. And she shows me. And I'm like, oh, you did such a good job. She's organizing it. And I didn't teach her that. So that's good, though, that she's doing that. And I try and get the kids to do that too, you know, get used to chores. So yeah, you're gonna have to go back. Like they fold the towels, you know, and I can be a little more picky now because they're 7 and 6. So I can be like, all right, well, we actually fold the towel this way, which I don't know would be bad because then you're having to reteach them. But they're doing fine. They're like, oh, you said we just crumble it up in a ball. That's worked when I was 2, you know. So it's nice though, and it's nice when like all of you jump in and working on the laundry. It just feels, you know, rewarding that the family got it done together. And honestly, it doesn't take that much. It takes less time when everybody works as a team. That's what we say. Work as a team, you know. Poor Dollar Tree, ours have been close to no workers, but they got some good foods that you can slightly cheaper than Walmart. You know, I do hear that I don't know, the Dollar Trees just can't get people. And I knew somebody who managed one and only managed it for like 4 months and then quit because they couldn't get people. The upper management didn't care. They just put everything on that manager, that one manager that does show up, who they're overworking because of that person's work ethic and obviously is a good person. And being the only manager, that I couldn't imagine the stress of being the only manager and not having a team to help you. You know, it takes a team to run things. Even a store, you got to have a good team. And I've worked at places that you didn't have good management, or there wasn't enough managers, or it wasn't a good team environment. You know, that team and management's make and break a place as an employee. You can get paid less and enjoy your job more because you're treated correctly at a place. Oh, hey, Judy. Oh, Jennifer's got roulette habaneros. Oh my gosh, I would be too. I probably wouldn't be too scared. I would do it. Someone the other day, oh, yesterday at the food bank, they're like, I can't tell if this is a sweet or a hot pepper. I'm like, give it here. I'll take a bite. I'm not afraid. It was a sweet pepper though, so that was good. She has just started putting her own dishes in the sink when she's done. That's so great, Sarah. That's awesome. And then you can kind of have them help with the dishwasher where you hand them the stuff and they can load the dishwasher, you know. That's fun too. And Betty Jan used to actually stand on the dishwasher door. And I'm like, oh, that's good for it. It's easier to just do the work myself. That way it's done right. I know that's easier, Pink, but for the children, you have to think of the children. I'm sorry. I'm referencing the Karen from my Facebook who got mad at me for those $20 lottery tickets because I didn't put that money back into my children. All extra money must go to the children. Think of the children. No, it's just funny. So I'm probably going to be saying it that way from now on in reference to that, because my poor Barnes. Anyway, I forgot. I did that reference. I forgot what oh, it's easier, right? It is easier to do it yourself. But it's, you know, you got to train the kids too, or else they're not going to know how to do anything their whole life. Like, you have to teach them how to be able to take care of themselves. And the way I see it is I feel like I'm training my team, you know, like my kids are going to grow up and we're going to run this house together, or especially with homeschooling. Like, we are going to be a family unit for years. Like, and I want my kids to know how to do that. I want to be able to count on them. They're like my coworkers, right? I want to say, hey, Betty Jan, go put up the chickens. And I know that she's going to, at that point, when she does it by herself, I know she's going to do it correctly because we've been doing it so much, you know? And then it gets to the point where it does eventually take more off your plate because you can delegate that task to a kid, you know? Oh, Crimson Crisp apples are really good, Jen. What are you guys up to? Drinking coffee. And look, kids, I want to go hiking on one of our favorite trails because it's fall time in Montana right now, and we have bright yellow trees, we have bright orange trees, we have dark red trees, and it's just so gorgeous. I'm like, guys, we have got to take a hike through the mountains right now. So I want to do that. It's been raining a lot. It rained all day yesterday, which is also very weird. But it's been raining a lot. So we might do that, but we also have a lot of house stuff to keep up on because we've been out. Ugh. I thought I was growing sweet peppers in the garden, took a bite, and nope, it was a hot pepper. Woo, I hope it was a small bite. The food bank gave me an entire tray of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I had to freeze some of them. My son was so happy. They freeze beautifully. And then by the time you pull them out and then they thaw, you know, they're really good. Some people eat Uncrustables when they're just like sort of thawed, you know, they're still kind of frozen. I don't know. Or you can always grill those too. But yeah, my husband would eat up those peanut butter and jellies too. A whole tray. That's awesome. Like, how much is a whole tray? Like, how many peanut butter jellies we're talking about is what I want to know. Yes, train those kids. Yes, train them kiddos too. But sometimes it is easier, I get that, Pink, to just do it yourself and be like, you know what, I'm just going to do it this time. I appreciate you wanting to help us. And sometimes I feel like I have to be in the right mental space to train the kids, you know, like they're not in the kitchen with me all the time. Because sometimes I'm like, no, I don't want any help today. Or other times I'm like, yeah, you can help, you know, if it's something simple or something. So much produce too. It's so crazy how much, usually there's tons of produce at the food bank because it goes so easy. And seeing at the Costco, like how much produce that they just gets wasted from one Costco in one town. Just imagine all the stores, all the restaurants of food that gets wasted. And the price of the food is so high. It goes in the dump though. It gets, don't get me all riled up now. teaching her how to just live life, like doing chores or food shopping. She's the one who takes the money and pays the cashier. That's so cute. Taking care of the pets, how to keep herself tidy. That's good, Sarah. You're a good mama. You're a good mama. That's what we got to do. All those little things, right? That train the kids. A nonstop job. Momming is nonstop, all day long. It's all moments to teach your kids something. There's so much to teach your kids, you know, and you really got to teach them everything. How about those prices at the kitchen store? Oh, hey, good morning, Kitty. Kitty. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Katie. I'm not. Can I call you Kitty? Good morning, Katie. I feel beyond important. No one else will teach her how to just be a human. Yeah, and a decent human at that, you know. Oh, there's my alarm, Jennifer. It is an hour late. Oh boy. Oh, can't talk right now. Getting someone calling me. But yes, that is important to teach your kids all that basic stuff in life. You know, and no one's going to teach them, and then they'll go down on their own. And like, there's some people, you go to college, they don't know how to do anything. They don't know how to do a load of laundry. They don't know how to like, they can work a microwave, but that's about it. They don't know how to do basic stuff. Like, they don't know how to register cars, stuff like that. Like, I remember going with my dad with anything that required something new like that was adulting, like opening a bank account, putting in your money through the ATM. My dad taught me how to do all that. Buying a car, my dad was there for that. You know, like your first basic things as an adult. Like, it's nice to have someone help teach you how to do that, you know. And that's why, like, your parents, I don't know, like, I still call my dad for stuff, you know. Like, I feel like you always need your parents, you know, no matter how old you are. Those kids are always going to be nagging you. Oh, around 15 sandwiches. That was very nice. I love half frozen and crushable. See, I'm telling you, there's some things that people like that. Oh, you're already sweating outside? It's cold here, guys. I had to pull the garden. That's going to be another video, is me pulling the last of my garden. I actually need to get through and look at everything today. Lots of tomatoes and green tomatoes, so I need to figure out what I'm going to be doing with all that. Oh, Brittany, good morning. How are you this morning? I'm doing good. I slept in a bit longer than I was planning, which is nice. I guess I needed the sleep. We got a new couch from a friend. She's moving, so I sold our couch, which able to come up with half of the cost for the new couch. And then I sold a couple of other things, so we only ended up paying like $100 after I sold everything out of pocket for this couch. And it's so amazing. It's like a $2,500 couch when she first got it. And it's like the seats are wide, so they're like double the length, so they're good, comfy sleeping and snuggling couches, you know. And instead of being two separate couches, there's a corner section that connects, so it comes off in 3 different pieces, and then they all connect together. And there's like a corner one, and then more cushions. Oh, it's so comfy. Like, our whole family can be on it and still have plenty of room. But of course, the kids are still fighting. He's touching me. Quit laying on me. Get your own pillow. I was like, we literally got the biggest couch in the world, and you guys are fighting. The kids, they need a sibling, they said. Have lots of children, they say. Gray hairs yet? I don't dye my hair, so any grays, they'll be staying. Oh, it's gonna get colder. Okay. Whew. Man, from the sun to sun, mom's work is never done. Isn't that true, Judy? And then you get home, the husbands are like, what'd you do all day? Okay, about to give my husband a knuckle sandwich. That's what I'm about to do. Okay, for those who think all that has to go to the kids, psst, I have given my grown kids houses and all grandkids everything. Now it's my turn. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, anybody who doesn't think that money goes back to the kids, you know, like, not every, like, we kid deserve new things too. Like, they were saying that the kids are entitled to brand new birthday presents from the store, brand new clothes from the store. Like, they're entitled to that, to fresh ordered cake from the bakery. Every kid is entitled to that on their birthday. And I disagree. Every kid's entitled to food, water, love. and an education, I would say, are the four main things that you need to do for your kids. The rest is objective, right? And if I can get a used outfit, or you utilize a program that's free, so my kids get a free new outfit, and that's including shoes, then instead I can take that money, or the money that I saved, by getting a cake from the food bank, or getting a used cake. It's like, it's unwanted. It's a $27 cake that I can get for free. Now I can take that $27 and buy my kid gifts, or get a used gift from online multiple times. So now they get multiple gifts and I'm reusing. Anybody who doesn't see that is just a troll, I would guess, or just not all the way there, because not every single dollar saved. Okay, so like I'm saving money for my kids by utilizing free programs. So they think that money should go straight back into my children in some sort of form that they approve of, right? But I save money on my family by cutting our own hair. So that saves us tons of money a year. Now, where does that money get funneled back into, right? Like, all money saved gets funneled back into the family budget. So I save money on kid things. I save money on my clothes by buying used. I save money on our whole family by getting food from the food bank and by cutting our own hair. So to have it where, oh, I saved $20 by getting my kids clothes from a free clothing program, that needs to go straight back to the kids. No, it goes into the family budget, that gets cycled through. So, I mean, I don't know. And maybe that person, they said that they were the seventh kid or something. So they got all of the hand-me-downs and they resented their parents for that. And I'm like, I don't know, I got hand-me-downs too. Like, I also got new clothes, but I got hand-me-downs, used clothes. I don't resent my parents for that. I don't remember once saying, oh, my parents are buying me used stuff. I don't know. I think that's your warped perspective that's making you resent your parents for that put emphasis on new and materialistic things versus reusing and getting use out of things that nobody would want. To me, that's value, is finding something that nobody wants and using it for your family to save money. To me, that's resourceful. That's value. That's what I bring to the table, Sorry, went on a little rant there. Because you're like, oh, those kids. This is why I love the thought of homeschooling. You can teach them so much stuff you need that a regular school does not. That I agree completely, Pink. My friend did that too. He got to college and had to call his mom and ask how to make mac and cheese. I died. Yeah, that's awful. I never listened to my mom when she tried to teach to cook. I mean, I didn't either growing up. My mom had a lot of control issues in the kitchen, though. And if you messed up things, she's like, just get out. Like, she was the one, I'm just going to do it myself. I can do it better, My mom's good at teaching certain things, but on certain things, too, she's very, like, meticulous, So I learned all of my cooking from school and the work industry, or by watching cooking channels and reading cookbooks. But I want my kids to know how to make mac and cheese, Like, shoot, my 7-year-old knows how to make mac and cheese now. She could probably make it by herself, except she doesn't stir all the way to the bottom of the pot. I'm like, you got to get in there and really stir. Don't just mix those ones on top, When we pulled our son out of school, when he went to high school, best choice we made. We got feedback from family members, but he learned so much at home. Good. I know. Family always got to say that they're worried about it, the kids, because you're homeschooling. It's like, what's supposed to mean by that? I don't know. I think it's great to be able to teach your kids what they need to know in life, and to be able to not leave out information on, like, in history. We can teach them what really happened, not correct versions of it, not watered down versions. And we'd be able to provide real life examples, like the kids are in the school learning, whereas my kids are on a hike learning. So it's just, I feel like homeschooling is more work on the mom, like I'm putting more on my plate by homeschooling my kids, more pressure, responsibility, more time, because I don't get that break anymore. I don't anymore, like I ever got it. I don't get the break of the kids at school, so I can have a couple of hours without the kids at home where I can do whatever I want or have a part-time job or whatever. I have sacrificed that time and that freedom to make sure that the kids are at home, having a good education, and me being with them. Like, I'm with my kids constantly. I'm constantly with my children. That day at the chef store, that was so nice. I was just like, oh, Dollar Tree's closed. Like, well, let's go to the chef store. I wanted to go there, and I'm super passionate about food. You guys hear me? I was like a kid in a candy store, like, look at that cutting board. Oh my God, look at that bowl. I love kitchen equipment so much. It's definitely my thing. Fried green tomatoes. I do need to fry some green tomatoes. I need a new couch. We needed a new couch so bad. Like, you could feel the wires and the bars in it. I'm surprised we got what we did out of it, but that was nice. Like, a lot of people get free stuff here too. Like, we utilize, oh, that's another thing. I'm getting too many free things. It's funny. How do you get too much free stuff? And I told myself this year, anything that I get offered for free, I'm going to take. And I've actually had to turn down some stuff. But for the most part, I'm seizing opportunities, because this is a rich area, and a lot of people would rather just give it away than try and sell it. It's not worth them to them. I had to take my daughter to get her permit from the DMV and teach her how to drive. I had to teach her to take a public bus. And then my son, always teaching. It is always teaching, and you want to make sure, especially with like the public bus and stuff, that's good that you did that with them. That's something that I would want to do too, because they feel comfortable having a parent there or somebody that they know to do it, to make sure they're doing it right. And it's just sometimes doing it one time with them just gives them the confidence, and it's nice. And the kids, they see we have electric buses in town now. And they're like, how come they don't fry when it rains? The way kids think, they're like, well, electric, if you get it wet, it doesn't work. So how come that bus can go in the rain, So they're saying they're smart. You can tell their brains think, I went to college with a girl who did not know how to do a load of laundry. She came up to us in tears and embarrassed. Please save them that embarrassment. Teach them how to do life. Thank you, Holly. It is embarrassing, And just, I don't know. I hope that like my generation is getting back more. I know I am personally into making sure I don't feel the best thing is just to do everything for my kids, and that my kids have to be happy all the time. Like, I don't think that's necessarily healthy or the right way to go. And I think like maybe some parents feel that way. They hover, they're like, oh, my angel, whatever I can do to make you happy, or don't be upset. I'm just like, I don't care if you're upset. That hurt. You don't do that, And I try not to say I don't care too much to them, because then, they throw that word right back at you. Whatever you say, they're going to say back. So you have to be careful of that too. Nothing like your kid repeating your words to your face to make you self-evaluate, It's never too late to learn to cook. Learning lots. Cooking is beyond fun and an awesome language to share with others. Yes, cooking is my love language. Like, if I share my food with you or some of my resources with you, then I love you, And if I don't love you, you ain't sitting. You don't got a plate at my table tonight. That's all I'm saying. Oh, I didn't make enough for you. Sorry. Shouldn't have been talking smack. Oh. I have a reclining couch that was a bargain 5 years ago, paid $5.99, was originally $1,000, and you still have it? That's nice. That's a good deal too. Like, we had our couch for about 5 years. So we moved it from Missouri here. So we were definitely due for a new one. And 5 years with 3 kids, especially that's from age 1 to 7. So that couch got well loved. Lots of spillage. I did shampoo it before I sold it, and I'm glad I did, because it was el grosso. That's right, we all need a treat. We do all need a treat. Oh, good morning, Amanda. And anybody who wants to make you feel shame for that. And now it's not overabundance. I'm not depriving my kids of things because I want to go treat myself. It's once in a while, and anybody who flips the lid over that just doesn't get it or is a Karen, in my opinion. No, I'm not saying that to all Karens. I have some really good Karens on this channel. So if you're a nice Karen, I'm not talking about you, okay? I'm sure you're used to it, but I want to express that. I made sure I have mommy day where it's just me. They don't happen often, like once or twice a month. but you best believe I'm doing something. I want like my nails or my tattoo touched up, etc. Yeah, something that makes you feel good, you know? And what makes you feel good is totally objective. Everybody makes them feel good. Like to me, sitting down and scratching some stuff, imagining that I could become a millionaire made me feel good. Some people go get their hair done, get their nails done. Some people take themselves out for a coffee and a nice breakfast, you know, and who cares? Who cares what you do to make you feel good? Moms deserve that, you know, and you shouldn't be shamed for sharing that with other people to be like, hey, look what I did for myself. And what about the children? Yeah, they're fine. They're literally vegging out in front of the TV with a babysitter. They're fine, you know, or they're playing. I have a mommy helper who's been coming to help me once a week. She's only been here once so far, so it's not that much, but that was great. And I had her take the kids to the park just to get them out of the house so I have quietness and I can really just focus. Because even if I'm still here, they're still, mom, mom, mama, 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 you know. So, and that's really nice. I'm like, oh, this is worth the time to have someone go spend time with my kids so I can focus and it really pump out some work, you know, whether it's me needing to clean the house or me needing to film videos in the kitchen or me needing to edit videos, you know, because I noticed on the weekend, I'm just horrible at getting videos out because I'm just sucked into life in the video in the weekend. And usually as soon as I get a video edited is when I post it. So I'm trying to come up with some time to get videos edited so I can post them on the weekend. Yeah. We're all just trying to get our life together, right? That's how I feel. Does anybody really have their life together? My kids are 40 and 38 and still do the mama, he's picking on me. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I like that food, water, love. My kids know not everything is going to be new or it will be on sale or we have to go to Walmart. Exactly. Yeah, my kids know what free means. My kids know what clearance means, what a sale means, you know, and they know like they're learning the value of $1 and be like, oh, we can't play that because that costs money, but we can go here because that doesn't cost money. And then now the kids are like, Mama, we can go to the park. It doesn't cost money. I'm like, dang it. I know it doesn't cost money, but it has time. Mama, we could go walk around Shields. You know, that's really fun to look at and doesn't cost money. Well, now we're going to be learning about gas to get there. But, you know, and it's nice that they're seeing that. So I'm be like, okay, we have some extra money now. Where do you guys want to go? Someplace that costs money that we usually can't, you know? And now with like Christmas and stuff coming up, we honestly haven't been getting them anything they want. We'll be like, oh, we'll put it on the Christmas list. So pretty much they have like Christmas and birthday lists. And then if I find something on Facebook Marketplace that's a good deal, that's a toy for them, I might get it and surprise them. Which is also hard because then you're only getting like one kid a toy at a time. So it's hard because then you give one that toy and then the other one's like, well, where's my toy? And then they're like, well, that's not fair. And then you got to kind of teach them. I do that a lot with the clothes too. It's more clothes than toys for me. Like I'll find a good deal on clothes for Betty Jan. So I'll get that and then give them to her. And then so she has a bunch of these new clothes that she's excited to go through and look through. And the boys are like, well, what about me? And I'm like, well, they didn't have your size. And then next time I'll have ones that are Conrad's size. And he'll get a bunch of new clothes and the other two don't. But I'm like, hey, remember last time you got all those new clothes? So we got to take turns. And that's one of the things I feel like you teach your kids too by having to like budget shop and resource shop is that you're not all going to get it at the same time. And so that teaches kids to be happy for the other kids that they got it and to remember when they got something, not just to feel bad in that moment. What about me? You know, I don't know. I don't want my kids to be like, well, what about me? Where's mine? You know? Because I feel I'm around adults like that and I hate that entitlement, you know. So I feel like ultimately it's good for the kids to do that in batches as I get them so they can learn that skill to be happy for somebody else and not feel, you know, like they're getting gypped at the same time because their time will come where they will get something and other people won't, you know. The way one family or person spends money honestly shouldn't be anyone else's concern except for that family or individual. As long as your kids are taken care of, who cares how your money is spent? Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I have seen nice cakes from the food bank. I mean, very nice. I had a few and so tasty, and most were marked 20 and up. Yes. Like, and it's like, why not like, it's good. It's still a good cake. Why not? If that's the opportunity I have to save money for my kids, why not? They don't care. They're like, oh, look at this cake. You know, that's a cake that I probably wouldn't be able to buy brand new if I had to buy a brand new, like a brand new birthday cake, brand new toys, brand new everything for the birthdays. They would barely have anything. But by being resourceful and shopping around and looking at used things, unwanted things, I'm saving money and teaching my kids too, you know, and they don't know. They learn that it doesn't have to be brand new, you know. I cut my kids' hair until they were 10, and then grandma paid to have their hair cut. Now my son at 13 refuses to cut his hair and he looks like a rocker. I trim my daughter's bangs. Yeah, like I trim my own hair. I just buzz the boys' hair. I trim Betty Jan's hair. And you know, if it comes to the point where they want a different hairstyle or they want to go get it done, then that'll be a conversation. But for now, everybody's fine with mama just doing it, and it's saving me lots of money. That's going to be in one of the videos coming up. I'm trying to think of like 5 things that I do that saves my family money to make it so I can stay home. And I'm like, well, I didn't think about it, but I've been cutting everybody's hair pretty much since their first haircut. I have a picture of Betty Jan's hair when it's like, when I first learned how to cut it on a 2-year-old. I'm going to throw that picture up there too, because that's pretty funny to be like, well, it may take some practice, but luckily the 2-year-olds don't mind. And you might get some looks from your family members. I see you cut Betty Jan's hair again. I get the majority of her clothes from thrift stores, and the main reasons one can actually find things they like Ugg boots for $2 instead of $100. Yeah, and with the way kids grow, lots of time the clothes and those shoes are still fine. So why not, you know? That's right. I bought Christmas one year all from the thrift store, and every piece still had tags on it, and they had a trash bag full. That's a huge Christmas. Yeah, and to be able to budget shop, because there's people, they buy stuff and they just never do it. All right, guys, I'm going to do like maybe 4 more minutes, and then I'm going to head out. I'm sorry it was kind of a short live. I meant to wake up 30 minutes earlier and do it, but that's okay. I bring her to the salon 1 to 2 times a year. They're very expensive. I do my own hair. See, and that's one thing that I knew, sorry, I didn't mean to finish that. I go to salon 1 time a year for touch-ups. And I just trim my own hair too. Like, I'm sure it's not the best, but I don't care about hair. To me, I don't have to have perfect aligned hair. That's not something that makes me feel good, is having my hair done. I just think of, that was $25. I could have done this, this, and this. So to me, that's not where I get my value worth, you know, is because I feel bad for doing it. So I'm going to go do something that gives me reward with my play money that doesn't make me feel bad or I feel like a waste to me. And that's, again, objective. Everybody, like, some people think buying $20 worth of lottery tickets is a waste. Some people, I feel like get your hair done is a waste, you know? So but that's a waste to me. I'm not going to tell you that's a waste for you. If that makes you feel good, go do it, you know, do what makes you feel good. And that's what we need to get out of, is the judging other people for what makes them feel good or what they do. Everybody's different, you know, and everybody was raised different. Think about the children. Oh, I don't know how you homeschool. I could not do it, but I also work here in New York City. It's grand for only one parent to work. Oh, it's hard for only one parent to work. I'm sure. It is hard for me to, like, we would benefit from me working too. That's why I try and do my YouTube, you know, and it helps enough to get us by so I can stay home. But it is hard, you know, and homeschooling is hard. It's more of a mental adjustment for me to be able to learn how to teach, you know. And I do think that's one thing that benefited me from being a trainer in the kitchen industry, is that I would teach somebody something, I would train them, and I would watch them do it, and they would do it wrong. I'd be like, okay, so did I word that weird? How can I change the way that I worded that so they would understand? Because apparently they didn't understand what I said. And I'm not putting it on that person like, oh, that person's stupid, he didn't understand what I said. I'm thinking, okay, I must have worded something wrong because they didn't understand what I meant. So how can I reword it or show them? And that made me learn how to adapt my teaching to different people's learning techniques, because I was always teaching. In every job that I worked, I was a crew trainer because I have the good personality. I'm pretty good at explaining things. You know, if people ask me questions, I'm like, I don't know that answer. Let's go find out. And I teach them where the book is that you would find that answer if you wanted to think of something like that, or, I give them the tools they need to be able to do that job by themselves. I don't just have them stand there quiet and watch me and don't talk to them. So I was always a good trainer that way. And I feel like I'm training my coworker. So I want a good coworker. So I'm going to train this guy correctly. So I took my training very serious, and I learned how to adapt my training to how a person learned. And I think that has been very beneficial to me teaching my kids and teaching them how to or teaching myself how to homeschool, because they were learning differently. I'd be like, okay, they didn't understand it when I explained it like that. So maybe I can explain it like this, and learning how each kid understands stuff differently as well. Like, who understands a kid better than their mother? A mother who truly wants their kids to learn and to, be a decent human. A teacher, they barely know the kids. It's 1 year and then they get a new teacher, and they have so many kids, and they all have to teach the kids the same way, the same learning technique for each kid, instead of changing the technique for each kid, right? And you can't do that as a public teacher. You can't. You're limited to what the school and the government wants you to teach. You have to stick to this schedule. If they don't get it, then I'm sorry, you don't get it. Moving on. All the other kids get it, So when homeschooling, you can make sure that your kids get it. You give them that one-on-one time, and you can adapt your teaching per kid. I understand that this kid understand, like, if I phrase it this way, they get it better than this one if I show them this way. So I think it's great, and it's just harder on the mom, but you have to be able to adapt your style and your teaching techniques, per kid. Kindergarten has done nothing. She comes home and I made her like a learning book with just simple things like how space works, etc., and she reads them through all the time. I might try homeschooling. I think it sounds like you'd be a great homeschooling mom, Sarah. I love kitchen items. Also, in fact, I told hubby that for Christmas I wanted kitchen items. He usually always gets kitchen items. All right, guys. Well, I'm sorry I didn't get to all the comments. Let's see. I'm in art. My mom stayed home because of health reasons, but my daddy had to work 2 jobs because of it. Oh, hey, Jamie. I didn't see you sneak in. Good morning from Ohio. Just got back home and taking the kids to high school. Nice. My hubby trims or cuts hair. I cut the hubby's hair. Yeah, my husband could trim my hair. He dyes his mom's hair sometimes when she needs her hair dyed. Like, why not? I'm an art therapist and an art teacher. I have been teaching forever. Just can't stay home due to finances. Yeah, man, it's hard. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Kind of our quick chit chat. I'm going to try and do this every Wednesday, though. So look forward to a live every Wednesday. We can talk about certain things, or we can just do this where we're just chatting about whatever. I really enjoy it. I really, truly consider you guys my friends. So thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for supporting my channel, listening to my rants. I really like it, and good to see you this morning. I need to find motivation to clean my house. We really should do a cleaning one in Wednesday, because I got the Mount Laundry that I could clean. So we really need to do that. We could do a clean with me in the morning, and we can all clean or something. That sounds awful, but it's nice to clean with people. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. You guys have a good Wednesday, and I will catch you next time on Mama Bear.